We're here today with Dr. Liew, an accomplished businesswoman and politician. Dr. Liew, you've run for Congress, you've run for Senate, and you have further ambitions in the future, right?
Yes, I do.
What's next for you in the political arena?
Oh, yeah, I already registered as a candidate 2024 Congressional District 3rd, where is my community. So keep on, fight for the community issue. Yeah.
So your goal is to be one of the Congress people representing California for your district.
Yes, I'm deserve that serve more next level, like congressional. We have two seats for congressional. One is senator, one is for the House representative. So senator, I already election this year. So coming 2024 is U elections coming. Yeah.
It's a long time to prepare, and you've got a lot of work cut out for you. But since you've done this before, one thing that I really wanted to know was about the team that supports you. When you run for office, whether you win or lose, I mean, some people you probably want to keep with you because they're on your team. But does your team evolve a lot from one race to the next?
Yeah, since I learning first often congressional district the 2019. I have the same, teams until right now. Yeah, it's so great teams. I have it. One thing, the people like they want to volunteer more than 300 people last elections, and more. But I using my staff more than volunteer. But next elections, I have to really welcome to all the volunteer. Yeah. As well as all the donation, because two elections I funded myself, spending last elections over 100,000. This election also over 100,000. So I think that myself, I can cover, but I think the more like the people, they want to sometimes participation, volunteer and donation. Yeah. So this time, I will open to the people like participation for that part too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, running an organization that large really takes some serious leadership skills. And, you were telling me that you've run businesses in the past. About when did you start your first business or become the boss of your first business?
First, my business is fintech business. That time, no one had a fintech like I do. So I am learning a fintech company like merchant service POS, which is we can support entrepreneur, small business startup or big corporations. My main company is first the MPC was the number one credit card processing MPC bought by Bantiv, Bank of America. Okay. Go to another processor, MPC.
Is that the thing where you tap your phone and it does the transfer?
Yes. That's not
that's
only
really
phone,
useful technology.
Yeah, there is more than 50 different terminals. We have it like a Vodafone and many other like manufacturer. Now it's before it's a Vodafone, it's only one, but now it's several lot of other like terminals manufacturers we are dealing together. Yes, so we are processing credit card. So I've been 28 years that need the MPC, and then the MPC now is belong in the WorldPay FIS. Because FIS they bought the Bantiv and WorldPay and MPC. So we have four company. We together working together to supporting merchants, support business. So I understand those are small business, what's going on as a candidate or as a CEO, as an entrepreneur. So totally understand them to what we should do and what is the next we needed to do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so helpful when you're going to be making economic decisions for millions of people to be able to see life through the eyes of a consumer, through the eyes of a leader, through the eyes of a business owner. and all the other roles that you've filled. I think it's great that you have so many perspective points that you can think from when you're worrying about, problems that are as big as the country.
Yes, I agree that. Yeah.
So I guess that's how you funded a pretty expensive campaign. That's a really big deal. I hope you get, a lot of more volunteers and more donations, like you were saying. How is your strategy changing to take more advantage of other people's help?
Oh, first of all, I look at the politics, they are spending, like example, president election, they're spending million dollars. I was taught, why don't you then money using to for our issue, education, as well as homeless, as well as entrepreneur. So
Yeah.
they're spending million dollars for election. I don't like that. I don't like that, so that's why I decided I don't want to get any donations because of, why people using those big money to, why not issue first when I election 2019
Yeah.
and 2022, same thing. I am not open mind, the same thing, because why election money, why we have to spending that much money for election? I
Yeah.
think we need something change. If I go to the Senate, maybe one people like had a $100,000 limited to spending, and then other money, go to the spending to other things. So I did think that, well, my strategy why change it because people even they donation me, I was return them. I'm thinking because of a senatorial, congressional, it's a lot of money spending. I spending my own campaign. It's a lot of money spending because to win, we need some more money, but not that is the reason. One reason because of people they want some real good candidate. They want to win.
Yeah.
They ask me why you're not asking donation if we want to you win, and then we need asking donation. But I say campaign manager, not getting any donation because I want people. Even people sending me volunteer like 300 more than people say. I say don't asking them because I wanted them to work harder their life, not too much,
Right.
like movement. I don't want to like crowd things to not clear things to people too much crazy. So, well,
Yeah.
my strategy changed because I'm learning my company. Even I learning nonprofit. Life is not changing. So I find during my working at Harvard Kennedy School, Harvard education school, Harvard business school, Harvard law school, like 4 years. Life our life is changed by many things by politics.
Yeah.
So who is become like good politics who are appointed as good positions. They have authority, they have responsibility. So if they exercise that good, people's influence good, and it's exercise better, people struggle. Now is we have Biden administration, we have inflations, many other issues because people burden. So I see that I decided to, if I can get more volunteers because they have hope, they have heart. They want to ask me to, I want to hold, hold meeting to my house, say, I'm okay. I'll do myself. I can do it myself. So, luckily, God give it to me, the business, so I can, handle some of fund, but $100,000. I can available, but the people's, politics is not learning by myself because politics is I've been 4 years in the office. Like I learned that people's politics, people to people, not myself. Like spending my money, my effort, my issues, because that's why I think I don't really want to spend in people like created to like $1 million, $2 million, $3 million campaign. But, some good candidate, not only me, I would just support, I would just support community. Same thing like, why just open mind to, get a donations, get a volunteers, to win and influence real good politics. We have to always team, always have a community support, always,
Yeah.
our own team. Yes.
Yeah, because I mean, doing something on your own isn't political. When you get other people involved, then it can be political, you know? So if you're trying to make something happen on a large scale and a bunch more people want to help out, I mean, politics is essentially people doing something collectively. So if you're going to let other people, join you, and just like you're putting your money into it, you let them put their money into it. You're putting your voice forward. You're going to let them put their voice forward. That sort of thing.
So my weakness is that because I'm a past 2000 until my age 19 years, I always giving. The things is why I'm not receiving those donation. My life is always giving. I don't want. I feel like on my own something if they donation me, but I change my mind because that is not owned. That is we have to support to the community together. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, because this can be their way of giving. This can be their way of following their values, just like it's your way of following your values. I think when people want to do something together and they want to do it voluntarily, that's the best way that it can possibly go. So
yes, yeah.
It's a big organization, but you've got, some leadership experience, not just some, like you said, 28 years or more of leadership experience. And you're going to be able to, get more people involved, allow them to donate time and money and their voices, which may be more important than ever. Everybody's communicating by social media. Everybody's, that's the town square nowadays, so to speak. A lot of people use that analogy. Do you use social media or other modern tools more in your campaign, or is it more people meeting at houses and things like that?
Yeah, of course. If as you said, I have so many connections to my company. My, even I serve like a church in our community. So even I ask the church, they can support. Even I send it to my merchants, to thousand merchants, they can vote for me. But I didn't do it because I want to do, same like equal opportunity, neither other like a candidate. What I was just try to press, which is I always just no one knows me yet. And then I go to the marketing. I have like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram for the campaign account. So we hire a marketing company, very first marketing company. We send a million email to the people and then texting. That is usually
really a million emails, or
we did a million emails several times. Yeah.
Wow, I've never sent a million emails in one go. I don't.
Yeah.
All of my marketing campaigns are usually something, in the hundreds or thousands, sometimes the tens of thousands, but a million is a lot of emails. So, I mean, there are like 40 million people in California, but are you trying to reach all of them, or are you trying to reach people closer in your district or strategic specific people? Who are you targeting?
Yes, that time I sent a million emails several times, same person. And first, I wrote the letter for the specific relate to my business, business owner. First, for the why we need to fight for the business right now because of COVID, and then as well as a professional person, doctors, lawyers, brokers, because I'm a professional person. So I know those area, those issues. So I wrote, the specifically in real estate issue or a professional medical health issue and the education issue. So we choose those people and then we send it to them, as well as, several other categories to elderly, who needed those elderly service, or like age, specifically, or like Asian, or like specifically we have related issues, so we did choose that. Like I think 8 different care code we are choose, and then we send it to the email. Yeah.
Okay, so the people you think are going to be most receptive to your message, mostly small business owners, professionals, because the regulation that they're facing, and I've seen some of your messaging. I've looked at 2 different websites that you made. Your messaging is very pro-business, it sounds like.
Yes, because I've been like many business. I own the 10 different kind of business. Need 5 corporations. So, I'm a businesswoman. I've been like almost more than 8 years business school, like master and doctor, postdoctoral, as well as include Harvard. So I'm a book smart and study smart. Every entrepreneur have to do. So I'm learning nonprofit tools, helping entrepreneur and job creation economic group for this California and America and all of globally. So that's why I want to support entrepreneur. I want to support business owners. Even there is different skills, different strategy, different marketing. So they needed to learn more. Like we need more support. The government said that business is always our backbone, but the business had to pay too much tax. Too much regulations, too much cost. And they pay all the wage, tax, and the rental. They don't have that much money to develop their worker training or so. My plan to entrepreneur support center program and job creation center program able to helping those entrepreneurs dreams vision to make more like a contribution their life to their community. Yeah.
Cool. Well, staying in touch with all these people through modern methods, email, social media, and managing your team are sort of, they can be done in the same place. I've known people who manage teams through, say, a Facebook chat group or something like that. But our team, we've used Slack in the past. We've used a to-do list app called ClickUp or something like that. Is there a specific sort of team management software that you use?
Usually, I'm using many, the software to technology in my business. We need to require minimum, many software that normal people, they don't know, but I have so many software in technology in business. Those is usually main, company they handle. We can just join their management, all the sales step and the income and expense, all the budgets, those things we can using, as well as campaign standard, because of we have a specific software that budget analysis that also we have several like campaign software too, using that team volunteer management and then donation management and then also budget management as well as strategic management. We are using those all the software, but that is belong to we hire election company, marketing company, and we have so they provide that, and then we using that as well as we can buy that, so we have like non-confidential, like we have agreement to confidential to not to share some of software. That's why I'm not talk about detail to which one, but anyway, we are.
I don't want to give away your competitive advantage, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but that's really interesting to me. I mean, even just from a high level, it makes me think like part of the American ideal is that anybody who wanted to could run for office. And of course, there are sometimes some limits, like you have to be a natural born citizen of the United States and be 35 years old to be the president, or to run for Congress or for Senate in most areas you have to live there. Sometimes there are specific rules, but generally speaking, anybody who wants to can run for office. And the way that the company, the campaign management company that you work with, has it figured out makes that even more possible. Because if I'm going to run for office, figuring out which software to use to manage my campaigns and get my volunteers all coordinated and all that sort of thing, having to figure that out would create a barrier that would be, it would be worth learning if I were running for office. But if you can outsource that, that's really impressive. So it's an interesting business model that I've never considered, but I think it's amazing. When you decided to work with this company, and again, you don't need to tell us who it is, were there a few different companies that came to you saying, let's manage your campaign?
You know what? Many people, they call me they want to work on with me. But, they have only one senator they can work. So they are not working like competitors, other senators.
Is that
so
because of a law, or is that just?
Oh, their own, their own company policy. So many company, they call me because they choose me as best candidate. They are not call another candidate. Most of they said because we choose you to work with you, because we only work one campaign for the senatorial, one campaign, every race, we can only choose one candidate to devote on. So many people, they say that, and then, who is calling open, who is really responsibility, who is really like had a track record to working with a good candidate. So how many wins, we check up several things. Need them. So I got like 20 different company call me, different different teams, different level, but I choose the best company which is a fit for me, because I'm not say best company to the other candidate, but to I can trust to be comfortable, like collaborations. They understand me, I understand them. So I think that I got one best companies. Yeah, I will work it with them, keep on doing it.
That's great. I'm happy to hear that. It constantly fascinates me, the different ways that no matter what you're doing, some kind of technology, and very often a new technology, is going to help you do it. It's just fascinating how everything is evolving so quickly. What would you say is the newest kind of technology you're using? I noticed you've recorded a lot of videos for your sites, and that's impressive. And right now we're streaming a podcast episode. Well, we're recording it, using our computers. But if there's like something special that you feel like is impressively inventive that you're using right now, I'm very curious. I'd love to know.
Yeah, so because election, when I was in 2019, 2020 election, I hired 200 steps, and then let them call, let them email, let them texting. It's a lot of money, it's a lot of take time, but this time is we find out who can texting, who can email, who can call for us, save money to be spending. They just one day they can send 1 million email. So if we same like I did like 2020, 200 step, they send the email, they text, they calling. It take like I have to managing those teams as well as a campaign manager. It take a lot of time, but this time I can hire less than 200. Those even help of them, because of another help, the quickly, just one day they can send 1 million, one day they can send the texting. That is technology is a little bit more developed than 2020, than 2022. So even we was contacted 2020, like they have limited, they cannot send 1 million just right away. They can send maybe 1,000, 2,000. So that's why I decided to just we do ourselves, but now it's 1 million just one day, and we can do that is as well as we research those California all the media top newspaper and the TV and podcast and radio, and every medias they have a link. All the link to our Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, so we can post there. The place to intention to the voting good candidate. So we try because there is many medias we can communications, even one Facebook, we can send the message just to thousand people like just a second, so that is great, easy, make easy to us to the learning business and as well as learning to election.
It's very interesting you bring that up. I mean, I've gotten political emails for 15 years, I guess, but 2020 was the first time I ever got political texts. I was getting, texts for specific candidates, texts with surveys in them, asking how likely I am to vote and different things like that. So that really is, I mean, it's as new technologies go for voting, that certainly is one. And it's kind of tough to make texting work. I've worked with a texting company before. I worked for one, and the unexpected challenges that they have can really be a surprise. But if you've got a bunch of dedicated volunteers sitting there tapping on their phones, that can be really valuable, because the human interaction, I can kind of tell, not perfectly, but when I respond to a text, if it's an actual human being on the other end. And that really it kind of feels good to have that real human attention. I think it's very good for your brand. And of course, if you write emails in a really personable way, that comes across too. But somehow it feels a little different to me.
Yeah, so one thing why I hire 200 people to calling in person, instead of like robocalls. Last 4 years ago, when first time, intentionally people like robocall company call me to buy their product, but I did not buy that much because I have a personal like intention to call. In that time, the California, the Beverly Hills area that many there is a small city. We wanted to connect with them directly by in person. Sometimes people connected and then I answer, I talk to them. I think you catch a point, even we have so many programs, to election or business. The first things is in person to in person, because we are human. We feel more like, deeply involving election or business with those human, communication. Yeah.
Well, that's great. Usually this is where the podcast episode would end. But since you are running a campaign and I really haven't let you talk much about your position, if you could give us 1 or 2 minutes of your campaign positions that you're pushing for. I'm sure everyone's curious by now what it is that you're running for your 2024 race.
Yeah, already I have much experience since 2019 until like even go for the 2024. My issue is most of my fighting is same thing like business support, because many candidates said to I can like contribution my life to other area what they are not doing, because we are starting from community. Already community as business owner, STEM educations. I'm a technology university, principal also. Same thing. Like more like STEM educations as well as through technology helping entrepreneurs. I have a nonprofit and entrepreneur educations, business, legal, and advertise, many other things we do. So my focus on, people had a talent from God, which is we have a talent. That talent should, support through community, which is I'm ready to really improve their life better. their business better, their future generation. So I think my expert is business educations, as well as I was in health staff, so the medical staff, so I can support that area. So education is, I've been like 30 years, more than 30 years educator since my age, even 14, I was a assistant Sunday school teacher. So I think my finding is very, very focused on the people, which is, the people who need really help from government, helping from nonprofit. So I'm gonna my another, campaign is I want to support nonprofit like church, as well as many nonprofit who are involved in education or any nonprofit. They are really need the support. I'm running nonprofit. I know the nonprofit needed to start up, funding and many educations, not only business. So that is my most of a focus. When I even go to the senator, I wanted to supporting business. Tax cut deductions, easy regulations, as well as I'm study at the politics at the Harvard Kennedy School. So, and then, I'm a professional politics, made a lot of already sample, many case, we study at the Harvard Kennedy School. So I think more like now it's politics, we need more like a study. Even they don't go to the one class is politics, they become politics, but it's okay because they can represent their level. But I'm really, my target audience or target people is I can be from, children, even 0 to 100. So that's my goal, that's my goal. I can communication everyone, immigration and American first, America said it to America first. So I understand that. So everything's, I think that I can communication to through the issue, through my education background. I, study law, study business, study accounting, study finance, study politics, study medical, like study. Most of I studied 4 years, 6 to 8 years during my business. So I am ready to fight, and then I want to really support community. Someone in Bible said someone who are blind, who blind cannot read you correctly, but we need to really qualify for the those positions, ready for the education, ready for the issue, ready for the life experience. But I have really life experience those all the issues, and then after that I am preparing all the answers, and then preparing 4 years. Even I have like 3 doctorate degree. 2006 I got doctor of business administration, and another year postdoctoral PhD. Already finished a long time ago PhD, but I come back to study at the Harvard. Luckily, I admitted that because of I am spending money, my time, and to fighting real issue to life changing, because this is for the people's life. Because good politics make thousand people's life. Bad politics, they can make bad policy. They can make our future generation, even our generation, people die. I so that's why spiritual die over. So that's why I'm really wanted to not only politics candidates. I already had so many nonprofit company. Any times, anywhere in your home, in your company, in your community, learn, office is mean it's not just learn office, open office. Learn office means, always influence, good influence. We have bad influence. We good influence in your home, in your company, in your church, in your community. That is real politics. So I think that, anyone really we are all the politics, we are all the politics, not even myself to learning office. We are all the politics. So we need to really support community. we need to really support America. America already great. I think America is great. I've been travel all over the world. I always thinking when I travel all over the world, I come back, I'm thinking, I'm so thankful for living in America, because America is the greatest, greatest country that, so that's why I'm really, really thankful. Even, California is very, 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 very opportunities there. So I'm so thankful when I travel all over domestic, even I'm living in California, I'm living in America. That's the mean, we are starting point, everyone we are proud of ourselves, and then we are like support each other, make more strong America, more strong California. That's my reason to learning business, learning to elections, learning to, non-profit.
All right. Thanks, Dr. Liew. It's been great talking to you today. Learning more about what it's like to manage such a significant effort. And I'm sure everyone was edified hearing what you had to say about the challenges you're trying to overcome right now. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.